Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I want to talk about alternate parties to taking down Scylla 65, other than the Legion of Glory party that I used as an example. Okay, and believe it or not, a Strategist party as well as a Princess party can succeed against Scylla 65, even though they are not naturally the dominant legions against Scylla. So what would be these parties? Well, let's start with the Princess party. The Princess party would be the following. I'm actually going to jump into the battle right now to demonstrate the units, although I'm not going to start the battle because I just don't have the proper, setup. Okay, so the party for Princess to beat Scylla 65 would be as follows. You would bring Shuri, okay? She absolutely must have last rites, okay? Because, well, that 40% damage reduction really helps. You would bring Angelina to replace Matthew, because Angelina has attack command and also ram. The ram skill is especially important because you can use it to knock back the Leviathan away from Scylla, right? Your next member, your healer, would be Tiaris. And the important thing here is Tiaris needs to be 6 stars, okay? Because you need that 100% heal chance to succeed. You need the healing between battles and so on to be able to win. Without it, Tiaris is kind of garbage. If it doesn't activate, then you're in trouble. For your last 2 slots, you can bring, well, first, you would bring Luna, of course, because Luna would be the faction buffer, right? Whether your Luna is in Pegasus form or in Bow Knight form doesn't particularly matter because of Tiaris' healing talent, healing light. I would personally say it's better to use Luna in Bow Knight form, simply because the Bow Knight, if you have an Uller's bow, would attack at 3 range, right? Then you can always be attacking and be outside of Scylla's range and not take any retaliation damage. And if you carry, let's say, Gale, right? So if you have Gale, Faction Buff, and Wind Spiral, you could potentially attack 2 times on some of these turns at 3 range. So Bow Knight Luna would probably be better. And then your very last character is kind of, I think, up to you. I would personally say bring another DPS, which would be Lana, but Chris would work equally well. So this would be the Princess party, right? Lana is off faction, but because Lana has Dark Reaper to reduce the enemy's magic defense, right? And actually, she can bring 3 single target skills. And that's why she would be great, right? For example, you can bring Dark Reaper, Cleanse, and Freeze Strike for 3 different attack skills. So she can be endlessly using attack skills against Scylla. Whether at 2 range or 3 range, it's up to you. So, this would be, I guess, the party for success if you are playing Princess faction and wanted to take on Scylla 65. The main point for this party is, well, Shuri is still Legion of Glory, so she gets that 40% stat bonus from being part of the elite specified allegiance, right? So Shuri would be able to hammer Scylla and tank the hits quite well, especially with last rites and with Tiaris' healing light talent. So this would be the Princess party. That would work incredibly well. You could very easily replace Lana with Chris, but Lana would work great too. Alright, so this is the Princess party. Now let's talk about this party for Strategist players. And the party for Strategist players has actually been confirmed by one of my guildmates, so you know that it works, okay? The tank is actually a Flying Ultimolar. Flying Ultimolar with last rites can serve the exact same role as Shuri, okay? With the 40% damage reduction, Ultimaler will survive. But the important thing, once again, is a 6-star Tiaris to keep your flying Ultimaler healthy. Okay? In addition to this, you can bring, well, you must bring Leon. And Leon would serve basically the same role as Angelina, except Leon would use Smash to push the Leviathan away from Scylla. And with Ultimaler's faction buff, Leon can basically ignore terrain. So in the case of Leon though, you would bring 2 attack skills. So instead of bringing Chivalry, you would probably bring Smash and Assault, right? And Legion. That way you can keep using these 2 attack skills. Smash is used on Leviathan and Assault is used to DPS against the Leviathan. Or, sorry, against Scylla. So that's 3 characters set up. Your last 2 characters, surprisingly, are a bit flexible. What my guildmate did was he actually brought Bozel and Lena. Bozel was here to faction buff Lena so that Lena could DPS against Scylla. I'm pretty sure he didn't attack Scylla that often with Bozel, except for using when he would use Dark Reaper on it, right? Otherwise, Bozel's main role was to more take out the other targets, like the Leviathan and the Tentacles. And he was able to succeed with this party because Ultimaler was the faction buffer and served Elwin's role in taking the hits, right? Leon can attack and retreat against Scylla. And then Bozel faction buffed Lena, who did DPS as well. And then of course there's also Attack Blessing from Tiaris to help improve damage. You can very easily replace your Bozel with, once again, Luna. Because Luna falls under the Strategist faction, right? In this case, you probably will not run Gale, because she probably will not run her faction buff. Or actually, sorry, she will run her faction buff. So she would probably just run, again, Wind Spiral, Gale, and faction buff. In Bow Knight form preferably. Although she doesn't have to. And then she would just be doing DPS to Scylla and the monsters. So this would be this would also work quite well. And other than that, this is my personal suspicion. It's not verified, but I suspect Sophia could work with this party as well. And the reason I suspect this could work is because of because what Sophia can do is she can be set up with with rewind, heal, and strengthen. With this setup, strengthen will give Lena plus 20% int. So it'll serve as a sort of temporary faction buff that requires more casts, right? But it will still give Lena that plus 20% int so that she can keep attacking Scylla. And then rewind will refresh everyone's skills so that the attack skills can be used more frequently. Finally, for Ultimaler, I think his skills is basically this: Tactical Mastery, Reinforcements, and Raging Thunder. So this would be the party, one other possible party to bring against Scylla, level 65, and it should have a pretty good chance of success. One important thing to note though, Sophia may be required to kill off the lesser tentacle spawn, and that means Sophia needs high intelligence, which means her equipment enchant should probably be Full Moon, because Full Moon gives plus 15% intelligence. Alright, so that's everything I wanted to say about other viable parties that are non-Legion of Glory based, which should work in defeating Scylla. Of course, all of these parties are A, very reliant on players having a 6-star Tiaris, and B, reliant on SSR gear, specifically Last Rites. Because without the Last Rites, reducing damage by 40%, there's no way you can survive against Scylla's Oceanic Horror to come out on top. So I hope you found this video useful and informative. As a quick side note, I originally wanted to try to beat this with my party, which would have been the following. So it would have been the mixed party where I bring Elwin as my frontline guy, right? Lena and Bozol as the damage dealers, and Liana. However, unfortunately, this did not work for me because I realized that in order to keep Lena and Bozol healthy, they need to be basically self-healing via Tiaris' talent, right? Because very often they will use single target strikes that do not heal themselves, like Dark Reaper does. So unfortunately for me, my party like this did not work because Bozol and Lena could not stay healthy, which caused me to lose. But it was an interesting attempt, and I found out that you do need Tiaris at 6 stars to succeed if you were to run such a party rather than Liana. Alright, so that's everything I wanted to say. On that note, Nitro out.